Okay, so this is going to be take 2 of the video that we started last week. And of course we couldn't finish the video because the scooter kept cutting out. So this is the Voro Motors video continued, except that this time we are not using the Voro Motor scooter, we are using the Segway Ninebot Max. So this is a ride-in of the Segway Ninebot Max through the streets of Philadelphia. As you see, some of the tires have been replaced. So the Segway comes with air-filled tires, and I replaced them with the ones that don't have any air in them. So it makes for a much bumpier ride. So we're testing these tires out. As you see, a lot of shaking going on from the tires. And that's because these tires have no air. There's no rubber in them. Just a hard plastic material. The good part about this plastic is that you won't get any tire punctures. The bad part is, since it has no air, it doesn't give, and the suspension is going to be limited. It already doesn't have any suspension, but these tires are hard, so they're not going to have any bounce to them, no suspension on them. So you're gonna have to decide which one is more important to you as you ride it. Which one is more important? My knees, my back cracking, or rubber tires that you might not find a mechanic to install them. Let's make a right here. University City. It's very well protected because it's not because it's West Philadelphia, but just because it's in the middle of about 4 or 5 major universities. Stop here at the stoplight. No one is looking. Let's keep going. And when I say this area is more protected, I mean security for the university extends, let's say, a little further into residential neighborhoods. Let's say that. So let's keep going here on our quest through West Philadelphia on a day that promised to reach 90 degrees. It's usually a farmer's market through Clark Park right here on 43rd Street. But they usually leave by 3, excuse the rattle. These tires. Let's keep going. A lot of people like to get together in this park. There's usually a group of men that plays chess over here in the park. Maybe they're here, maybe they're not. We'll see. Coming upon gravel. Let's see how it handles on the gravel. Less of a shake. Oh, let's go a little slower. And we'll keep going. Oh, it's a lot shakier than the first time. Usually you see a lot of people selling right here. And many vendors get together here to make a little extra money. Let's get right here. Oh yeah, so you really feel the bumps here. And you feel it mostly on your ankles and at the bottom of your feet. So if you have any kind of sports injuries, you might want to get tires that actually bounce and provide a little bit more support to your aching body. Let's see what else we could come up on. This used to be the University of the Sciences campuses, but after the pandemic or some business arrangements, it's now St. Joseph University campus. Let me just pull up in here so I can adjust the camera. Bear with me a second or two. See, the sign still says University of the Sciences, restricted parking. Just for reference, this is one of the more expensive colleges a semester might cost you more than $40,000. So if you want to go into the sciences or the colleges, it might be a good school, not for your budget. You might be paying loans out for a long time. It might be worth it, and it might not. So let's keep going here. Let's keep going straight. A lot of nice cars around this area. A lot of freshman orientations happening at this time, as school is about to commence here shortly. So right away, one pro that we see between the Escooter, it's a large barking dog. If we have some time to go, dog being held. Dog looks hungry. Sometimes those dogs look stronger than the person holding the dog, which is always disconcerting. So all these cars, just a few months ago, used to say University of the Sciences, but now they say St. Joseph University. Money talks. About to pass a Starbucks that's right here on the, I believe this is Woodland Avenue. Keep going. It's closed. No students, no money. Money talks. That's the theme for today. All right, let's keep going up this little hill, and it's handling well up the hill. Not many bumps off this hill. But we do see trolley tracks, as you see as we cross the trolley tracks. Some frat brothers over there playing wiffle ball. Very interesting. And we go up this hill. It's a little, actually it handles well, but no bumps. So you wanna, I like to try my scooters with bumps just to see how they handle. And it's always good to get out of the house for a little bit. When you work indoors, especially, you need it. Believe it or not, vitamin D is very underrated. Pause. Let's keep going. Let's go around this person. This is 40th Street Station, where most of the trolleys that go to French City and go to West Philly converge. We're passing Woodland Cemetery to the right. Let's just stay to the right here for the sake of traffic. I am wearing a helmet, a very light helmet, for the cars and also for the potholes. I don't feel I need it, but you never know. As you saw a couple weeks ago, the Voro Motors e-Move scooter just cut out about 20 times. So if you're going at a high velocity and then the power just cuts out, it might be something that an abrupt stop might influence your speed. I mean, the way if you're gonna fly over the handlebars or not. But we're gonna see if that happens. So you see, the stem is already higher than the Voro scooter. Even though that one, I would say, is a more fun ride. I would say because it has more suspension and a longer battery life. This one has better reliability in that it's not cutting off. By this time last week, 2 weeks ago, I think it was, we were already cutting off. Look at those beautiful clouds. We were cutting off a lot. We were probably up to the 11th stop. By the way, that scooter is being serviced right now by Voro Motors in the Brooklyn location. And they offer same-day service, but it wasn't offered with mine. They said it was a conflict with the battery and I guess the controller. So they couldn't do the same-day delivery, which they charge $37 for. If my voice is shaking, it's because there are a lot of bumps going down this hill in West Philadelphia as we head towards Gray's Ferry, passing UPenn Hospital, very famous, one of the nation's leading hospitals. Hopefully none of you will have to see the inside of the hospital anytime soon. And if you have to ride on the sidewalk for any portion of your trip, always look out for pedestrians Always look out for the pets they might have that will run up in front of you. Look out for construction and for potholes that will appear out of nowhere. If you're riding at night, use a light. Take extra caution. Don't be a hero. Let's see. Okay, small bump coming up. Let's go around here. Okay, car making a little turn. Don't worry, it's Philadelphia, it's lawless. Pigeon droppings. I remember having a friend as a kid that he ate pigeon droppings. He didn't know what it was. I guess he thought it was icing on a cake. So, like I said, it's lawless Philly, so cars do what they want. Sometimes it's not even their fault. Sometimes these roads are not marked at all. So, you get what you just saw there. Confusion. So, right here we're gonna reach an area where the road is not marked at all. And there's supposed to be a crossing, but roads are blocked. So that's something to also keep in mind as we reach a construction area here. This area was open for a long time, but now it's closed for remodeling. There are a lot of historic places that are being remodeled. Some of them become university housing. Some of them become residential places bought by people from out of town. Philly is always changing. It's definitely becoming more pricier as time moves on. That's why it's important that you have more than one stream of income if you live anywhere in the United States. Not only does it buy you a little extra freedom, it buys you peace of mind. Try it. You might actually be good at something that you don't think that you are capable of doing. And as a reminder, thank you for being with me on this warm Saturday afternoon here in Philadelphia. You see a motorcycle rider, probably going about 70 miles per hour on a 40 mile per hour road with no helmet, just sunglasses and all of his coolness. His coolness will save him to life. Okay, we're going back up the hill. We're testing these tires just got stung by a mosquito or something in my elbow. I'm so sweet. I must have type O blood today. So, one thing to learn about the scooter is when you are starting from a still position, just by pressing the thumb throttle that's on the right-hand side, you're not gonna go like the eMove scooter. You actually have to kick it to about 4 miles per hour and then press down on the thumb throttle, and then you're going to start going. Perhaps it's a safety mechanism to not cause accidents to the user. So you have to get it to 3 to 4 miles per hour before you actually can go. And what I also like about the scooter is that to charge it, it doesn't take a long time at all. You could actually use a lot of the computer chargers on the scooter, the 3-pronged AC adapter charger that you can use as an extension to a lot of devices that you might have at home, electronic devices you might have at home, will also work on this scooter, which is a benefit, which is a plus if you're just going around and don't want an expensive scooter. You might look in your storage bin and realize, hey, I have 6 or 7 scooter chargers just from laying around the house. And you can just put it in your pocket and go with it. and it doesn't take long at all to charge. Probably takes about, I would say, half an hour on 80% battery left, which is a positive. Anytime you're looking for electronics. You see, light traffic here on a Saturday. A lot of people getting ready to go out, coming back from trips they took in the morning. Perhaps a few people going to hot date on a theater that just opened up past its COVID restrictions. We're not worried about that. We're worried about reviews. We go around this manhole, PSENG hole. A U-Haul moving truck from some student moving in, looking for a good time at the university, as well as some beer pong parties. Very interesting place here, University City. A lot different from New York. A lot of housing services here. Make sure you give 3 months deposit. Some of the other sites that we see here, University City. Does anybody miss college? I don't. Okay, let him go. He has the right of way. He's taking his time. Okay, I'll go. Thank you. Sometimes you find nice people that'll let you go. In New York, there will be no right of way. Even though I had the wrong of way, he let me go. Which way should I go? Let's see. What do I wish to show you on a Saturday afternoon, Philly? We'll see what we can do. Small bumps. It's not sturdy. And we're going left here on, what is this, 41st Street? University City. See where we can go. They don't have a lot of scooter repair shops here in West Philadelphia. They have a few, but just know that anything located in University City is going to cost a little bit more. For example, this one right here, this is Keswick Cycle Bike Shop, right here in front of me. They have great reviews online. The prices are extremely high. I don't recommend it for bikes. I've had nothing but bad experiences getting scooters and also bike customization here. So if you want to go, it's probably one of the more expensive bike shops that you're going to see in West Philadelphia. They have another one on 50th Street and Baltimore Avenue. You're going to see Wolf Cycles, and you're also going to see Firehouse Cycles in the area. They're close, perhaps not the best when it comes to scooter or bike repair. Let's continue. So we have to get it to at least 4 miles per hour before it actually starts going. And I've heard that from a lot of people, but I've experienced it too. And if anybody wants some details about it, they can contact me themselves. I wonder if I can ride through the UPenn campus so you can see it. Oh, these roads are hell. Oh, there goes a big sign saying, if you don't do it, well, let's keep going. You see a lot of food trucks in the area. Yes, of course, some better than others, like everything. No move-in entry, so I guess today is move-in day. Let's get back on the bike path. Excuse me. Politeness will get you a lot of open doors. Okay. Let's see which way we go. Please close off the street for riders, for drivers. Like I said, the theme today was money talks. When you have a lot of money, you can close the whole street. Doesn't matter who lives in the neighborhood. Doesn't matter who lives in the neighborhood. See if we can take you into some of these inlets so you can have a better picture of what we're dealing with. And when I say dealing with, just how it looks. It's important that people see what we're talking about, not just in the news, but up close and personal. So these look very nice. It's very hidden. And Amazon trucks moving. They get a lot of deliveries in the area. A lot of times they leave them in the front, on the front porch, and then they get taken by people who need free gifts. Let's keep going. Okay. Been around here before. Right back to where we were. It's the medical hospital. So this is how the weekend looks like around here. Not a lot of activity on the campus of UPenn. You see a lot of what seem to be international students in the area. And most of the students who are still on campus are usually out having parties. You'll see them, or you smell the marijuana that they're using. Don't do drugs, kids. Don't do it. You have the light? All right. It's all right. So you saw I just kicked. It did nothing because I wasn't going at 4 miles per hour. Pushing down the throttle. There's sturdiness to this. This has to be about 35 pounds. You can check the description on the box. Again, this is the Segway Ninebot Max. The dark gray edition, not the light gray, almost white edition. Here's police again, closing down this Spruce Street. Money talks. Well, we'll go down this way. How about that? Newly open bike path. Let's try that. Let's try that. And we'll keep going. So a few months ago, this road was hell. Meaning it was unpaved. It looked like it might have looked in the 1870s. But that's been changed. So going here. And over here, you'll see the trolley stop for the 37th Street station. The trolley headed into West Philadelphia. We just passed the stop. There's a heliport landing on top of the hospital here. Some dude opening his door. Not even looking. And here in Philadelphia, this is Spruce Street. But as soon as you pass that light right in front, it'll become South Street. It'll change. GPS will let you know, but you should already know that Spruce Street will become South Street, which is famous in Philadelphia. We'll keep going on this route. UPenn Hospital employs a lot of people here. The UPenn system is huge here in Philadelphia. Okay, our turn to go. Bike path has been newly painted. You know, they have a lot of art exhibitions. I just don't know what they're supposed to represent. There's a woman waiting for the bus. A man on a red bike going at a nice, comfortable speed. Even the bike paths are feels like a blender. Do I think riding on a scooter compared to a bike and passing them is cheating? Yes, it is cheating. You're not using your muscles. So yes, it is cheating. Is it more comfortable to ride when you're commuting to work? Yes, it is, because you're not sweating as much and you don't have to change when you go to work or shower when you get to work. So we're about to cross the South Street Bridge. That's our light. And just a warning, there's a long light ahead of us. If you don't catch this one, you might be waiting for a long time. So as soon as this right turn signal light goes off, it'll be our turn to cross, but in between green lights, this is one of the longest lights, I would say, in Philadelphia, especially during rush hour. It's good because it gives commuters a chance to cross, but it's bad in that people always try to pass, even after the light has changed. Okay, so we have two new devices here. We have a balance scooter, skateboard, and with a nice helmet. I have to see what kind of helmet that is. We have an electric bike in front of us, and to the left we have a nice view of Center City in Philadelphia and also the Art Museum area. Also the AT&T building. Nice color. Is that a tandem bike in front? Oh my God, they still have those. And let's see if we can get around somehow. We'll see. We'll see if we can. Let this guy go. Yeah, perhaps it's not the best to have a tandem bike in a bike lane. That's more of like a beach or a park or something like that. So we'll see how far they get. Yeah, there it is. And this is the pool right here. See if we can make our way around. Okay, finally passed that. A tandem bike on a bike path, amazing. Maybe they thought it wasn't, since it wasn't rush hour, they could get away with it. Maybe they're right. But there's just not a lot of space here in the bike path in Philadelphia. Let's go around this one. Okay. Look how bumpy it is. Oh my goodness. Must be all the pipes or drainage systems. But every big bump leads to another one. Let's see if we can get around this one. Okay, and if you look there, that street looks like hell. Unpaved, a lot of, just a little much. And they take forever to fix it too. It's definitely not South Florida, where they fix everything quick, from my experience. Okay, let's get around here. Sitting area over here by woven treasures. A lot of nice antique looking things there. This is CVS. That, believe it or not, was just broken into and looted just a couple of years ago, unfortunately. Wawa, which is famous in Philadelphia. It's like saying 7-Eleven, Wawa. And also Rita's water ice is very famous. We just passed that. It's like saying Ices if you live in New York. Flavored ice, frozen ice water. Okay. How far do we want to go? We'll start turning back pretty soon. So you see a lot of construction remains like that. They do a horrible job of fixing the street. I don't know what they use to fix it, or it's because of the pressure or the amount of traffic that comes through here, but it's just unacceptable. Look at this. Like I gotta go around. There are potholes everywhere. Look at that. It's a little much. The streets are kind of narrow, so if you're going down here, you might want to stay to the right. Just watch that doors don't swing open and knock you out. Let's see if we'll try to go left over here. get onto Lumbar. Let's see. Let's see. See what we find. You get great views of Center City from here. Let's see what's going on. Go in the parking area, no pedestrians. Well, I'm not actually a pedestrian if I'm on a scooter. I just want to show you around here. Do a little spin. Reserved for valet parking only. And this scooter is a little lighter than the Evoro scooter and E-Move Cruiser. And people, I'll tell you this, it's easier to carry because you can fold it right away, and the way that it folds is not very bulky. If I had to change one thing about the scooter, actually if I had to change two things about the scooter, it would be the suspension that it doesn't have. I would add a little bit more suspension. The other thing I'll do is make it so that the battery, instead of lasting the time that it lasts, at least double that amount, so you won't have to charge it right away. I will still have about 75% battery. Yeah, the suspension definitely might kill your ankles, but if it's not a deal breaker for you, you might not mind. Yeah, people waving, not sure where. Trying to get past it. We'll try to get back and make a right over here. Get to Walnut. That's a fast-paced street, and you'll get to see a lot more of the action of being in traffic with a scooter. Let's challenge ourselves a little bit. And here's something new. Here's a speed bump on a bike path, as if the regular speed bumps that the streets usually have weren't enough. And here's something that you might not see in a very long time. Is a taxi that is not Uber. Has a very special number, 215-6666. It's a lot of sixes. Hope you get there on time. It might be very hot where you're going. Oh, it's a very noisy car. A car that demands your attention. Tinted windows too. Cars with tinted windows, what can we say about them? Do we appreciate them? Ooh, that car passed a red light. Do we appreciate those? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe not. There's a crossing guard that stands here during the week on Walnut. He's very demonstrative, very animated. I don't think he's here now, but I wanted to give you a chance to see it. He's a man with a speeder riding a bike. So you get to see a little of everything. Okay. All right, here we go. Perhaps it was too hot for pants today. I didn't get the memo, maybe next time. Make a left over here. So as you're riding any scooter or any bike, every now and then just look to your left and look to your right and make sure people see you. Make a left over here. A lot of murals in Philadelphia too that you might not find elsewhere. Here's the FMC Tower, new addition to the skyline. On your right. Thank you. Just warn other riders that you're about to pass. For those of you in the art business, just know that art is not dead. But you have to get a lot more creative about your art if you so desire to do so. Here we're crossing the Walnut Street Bridge. I always think that if cars are going to go to the left of you, they should increase their speed or just cross behind you. That's just my theory on that. A lot of students are impressed by the murky waters of the Schuylkill River when they first get here, as those students were. Let's see, how's traffic doing? We could probably make it. Yes, success. So some car got wrecked right there. Across the Walnut Street Bridge. See that bridge that reads Penn University City? It's welcoming you to University City. And here we have World Cafe Live, which is a big venue for a lot of Philadelphians. They have a lot of shows that you can see there. If you're going to jaywalk and cross in the middle of the street, you have to walk fast. You can't just expect cars to slow down for you. Just a little friendly advice to people who live here in Philadelphia who are or expecting to visit. Just to know that cars immediately are not going to stop for you. And expect anything. Even if you're on the bike lane, expect riders to come from the opposite directions. Somehow, you have to ride with traffic instead of against traffic, which sometimes makes it hard for riders to see what's behind them if they don't have a mirror. They might want to change that. Oh, it's a big combo. So, as you see, a lot of unevenness. We have another hill coming up, which will test our motor. And so far, I haven't cut off one. So in no means am I endorsing Segway Ninebot Max. They don't pay me, so I'm not going to endorse them. But I'll say this about them. It has not cut off. No signs of overheating, even though my thumb is on the throttle for an extended period of time. The suspension sucks. The ride is not as fun, but guess what? Stopping every 10 seconds is not fun. Either like with the E-Move Cruiser from Oro Motors. So far, Segway Ninebot is winning. If you're asking for my recommendation, I've taken it in for repairs already a few times, and so far, I have yet to get it back. It's been more than a week. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. As we pass UPenn campus. And car getting a little impatient. I promise you, with more patience, you will get a lot more, especially when it comes to interaction with drivers. The UPenn bookstore, which has a seating area at the top with Wi-Fi, but only for students. So bring your own Wi-Fi if they even let you in. Even if they don't want to let you in, well, make your own place. Stop begging for people to let you in. That car looked like he wanted to come on the bike path. Traffic was going too slow for him. Something else you have to watch out for. Young lady taking a selfie at the start of the street. Here's a car with its door wide open. Here's a car trying to merge into traffic. We have 7 seconds. Can we do it? Can we do it? Alright. Jesus Christ. This scooter suspension is the worst. So we're headed back to 40th Street and Walnut. Let's see if we make it. A lot of pretty girls, but a lot of them are into their phones. They know that they can receive a lot more attention on their phone than in person. But you can still look. It's your turn, it's your turn. Now it's my turn. Go around this pothole, and the students moving in. And go forward. Let's go around here. Thank you, sir. Go around here. Doesn't hurt to be polite. We'll stay on the bike path, and we keep going. And we'll keep going. A lot of bumps. A lot of bumps. Apologize for the shaky picture. Just so many bumps, and they just redid this street, but just you can't help the bumps and the shakiness that you're going to see all over the place. You pass a fresh grocer, oh, excuse me, a Giant that used to be a fresh grocer. It's like saying, I don't know, Associated or Key Foods in New York. And the bike path has a lot of litter on it from trees and from humans. So just keep that in mind. Okay, so we passed the main university city universities. And a little bit further we'll have the Walnut Hill colleges. Just little names they changed the areas to make it more appealing to people moving in. And people crossing the street talking on the phone are just kind of counterproductive, shouldn't we say? That's why I said be patient with drivers. With people, I don't know. So anyway, Walnut Hill College, they specialize in culinary degrees and programs. If you want to be a chef, it's also very expensive colleges, also here in the heart of University City, or otherwise just known by locals as West Philadelphia. Going down this hill, we're passing a mosque on the left. Women go in through one door, men go in through another. I had to duck down, that branch was a little low. Suprema's supermarket, we're passing by. Here's a beer supermarket to the left. Any supermarket that offers parking, to me, is a good supermarket. They don't have many of those around here. So let's keep going straight to the heart of West Philadelphia. My speed is about 30. Still have about 75% of the battery. So this has been probably, 40 minutes? 40 minutes. Can't see, let's keep going. A lot of halal restaurants and supermarkets and eateries around here for the heavy Muslim community that is concentrated in this specific area. Halal has to do with dietary needs and the way that the animal is killed, prepared, and served for consumption. Let's make a left here. And let's see where I parked. Thank you for joining us as we turn off the camera.